Okay. I'm ready to go.
Well, good morning, everyone. This regular meeting of the Mobile County Commission is now called to order. If you would please stand for our invocation, which will be given this morning by Reverend Trey Doyle of First Baptist Church of Mobile at 806 Government Street, and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
God, sometimes people of faith just forget. Sometimes we forget about you and your sovereignty. Sometimes we forget about the emphasis you call us to place first on you and then upon all others. Sometimes we forget to get mountains out of molehills. Sometimes we forget what is really important to you and major in the minor stuff. Thankfully, you have not given up on us. Thankfully, you seem to know how forgetful we can be, and so you remind us. Thankfully, you give us ears to hear, eyes to see, and minds to comprehend. Thankfully, you give us voices to use. May these community leaders and representatives and all your people of faith take full advantage of the reminders you share. May these community leaders and representatives and all your people of faith listen, look for, and understand what you have to say. And may these community leaders and representatives and all your people of faith use their voices to recognize your authority and speak and behave on behalf of what is most truly important to you and to us all. Amen.
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Thank you very much, Reverend Doyle. We appreciate being here this morning. We have a number of special guests in the house today in honor of National Community Development Week. And Kathy McHugh, do I understand you have a presentation to make, or does that come after the resolution?
Actually, it's a PowerPoint to play during the reading of the proclamation.
Oh,
no,
I
no
see.
words or just
Okay.
pictures.
I didn't get that memo, so
Sorry.
all right. So commissioners, if you will join me, I'd like to invite our guests to join us. Now, these are represent the consortium of different members of the Community Development Block Grant and Home Program groups that work with the county. Today is an acknowledgement of their partnership and support, as well as what these programs do for citizens in our community, not only in Mobile, but all across America. And so we want to acknowledge these programs and the impact that they have on the citizens that we represent. So I'd like to invite Dan to join us, and we're going to be reading the proclamation here in front. From the City of Chickasaw, we have Dennis Sullivan. The City of Citronelle, Mayor Jason Stringer. The City of Pritchard, Mayor Jimmy Gardner, Sammy Green, James Jacobs, Connie Mabin, Fernando Billings, and Kim Green. From the City of Saraland, Newton Cromer and Veronica Hudson. From the City of Satsuma, Mayor Tom Williams. Now, Tom, I know you're here. I see. It's hard to see up in the dark there. Also from the City of Sims, Mayor David Baker. Mayor Baker is here. We have from the Area Agency on Aging and SARPC, Julie McGee and Susan Broadhead. Boys and Girls Clubs of South Alabama, Tim Willis and Brenda Carlisle. From the Center for Fair Housing, Teresa Bettis. The Child Advocacy Center, Andy Wynn. We have from Legal Services Alabama, Ann Brown, Belinda Jerome Williams, Rochelle Reese, and Charlotte Tippin. Lifelines Mobile, Chandra Brown, Mowa Choctaw Housing Authority, LeBaron and Lemure Bird, Ozanam Charitable Pharmacy, Cherie Archer, Penelope House, Deidre Williams, Tony Ann Cumanis Torres. From the Sims Senior Center, Linda Davis, Travis Moore, Tony Davis, Sandra Hillman, Carolyn Owens, and from the town of Mount Vernon, Mayor Terry Williams. And hopefully we can fit everybody. Welcome, everyone. Let's see, we've got some room down on this end. We want everybody up here for the picture. Yeah, that'll work too. Hey, good morning. Hey. Good morning. Let's see, well, I don't want to get in front of you, so here. Can you see everybody?
See everybody. Okay, the row with Commissioner Lozo fit on, I need you guys to split up. Can I get 3 on this side? No, because there's nobody on this side. Yes.
Okay, well, I don't stand in front of anybody here. Okay. All right, we're good. Our resolution reads, recognizing National Community Development Week in Mobile County. Whereas the week of April 22nd through 26, 2019 has been designated as National Community Development Week to recognize and celebrate the Community Development Block Grant Program and the Home Investment Partnerships Program. And whereas since 1975, the CDBG program has provided annual funding and flexibility to local communities to provide affordable housing, a suitable living environment, and economic opportunities. And whereas since 1992, the HOME program has created and preserved affordable housing for low-income families. And whereas over the past 5 years, Mobile County has received $7.3 million in CDBG funds and $2.4 million in home funds. And whereas both programs have suffered significant fund cuts over the years with decreases of 14% in CDBG and 26.9% in home funds locally over the past 5 years as compared to the prior 5 years. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Mobile County Commission designates the week of April 22nd through 26th, 2019 as National Community Development Week in support of these two valuable programs that have made tremendous contributions to the viability of the housing stock, infrastructure, public services, and economic vitality of our community. Be it further resolved that we urge Congress and the administration to recognize outstanding work being done locally with CDBG and home funds by providing sustained funding for both programs in fiscal year 2020. Signed by all 3 commissioners. And you do have copies for each of your organizations or municipalities. And again, we are so very grateful for your partnership in this program. I mean, this is definitely a partnership. We couldn't do it without you. And working together, I think we have done a lot to help our community and to further services for citizens who really need them. So thank you again for being here. And everybody can't speak, but Commissioner, would you like to say a few words?
No, we have representatives from the mayor's office and maybe the
Okay. Do we have representatives from Congressman Burns' office and Senator Doug Jones? Okay. I'm so sorry. Come on down. We want you in the picture, too. I apologize.
Yes.
And this was Elizabeth Roney with Congressman Burns' office. Sorry about that, Elizabeth.
Good job.
Okay. We have one more resolution, and this is not a presentation as such because it is in honor of National County Government Month, but I will read it. I know some of our guests may not be able to stay, so we'll give them opportunity if they need to make an exit. Okay. Recognizing National County Government Month in April 2019, Connecting the Unconnected. Whereas the nation's 3,069 counties serving more than 300 million Americans provide essential services to create healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas counties provide health services, administrate justice, keep communities safe, foster economic opportunities, and much more. And whereas Mobile County and all counties take pride in our responsibility to protect and enhance the health, welfare, and safety of our residents in efficient and cost-effective ways. And whereas through the National Association of Counties President Greg Cox's Connecting the Unconnected initiative, NACO is demonstrating how counties deliver people-centered services to our residents nationwide. And whereas each year since 1991, the National Association of Counties has encouraged counties across the country to elevate awareness of county responsibilities, programs, and services, now therefore be it resolved that the Mobile County Commission does hereby proclaim April 2019 as National County Government Month and encourage all county officials, employees, schools, and residents to participate in county government celebration activities. Thank you. Okay. Do we have speakers this morning?
Yes, ma'am. We have several speakers. The first is Mr. Terry Rester. I'd like to remind speakers that you're limited to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll give you a warning if you'll wrap comments at that time, please.
And as you approach the lectern, if you will, please repeat your name and give us your address for the record.
Thank you. I retired from Mobile County in 2008. My name is Terry Rester. I worked for Mobile County for 26 years.
Would you bring your microphone up just a little bit? Thank you.
Forgot how tall I was. Anyway, I worked for 12 years at West Mobile County Park running the softball programs there. Additionally to that, I worked 14 years at Chicxulub Park, going from JTPA laborer all the way to Mobile County Parks and Wildlife Director. After I left Mobile County, I was a pool and beach manager in Clearwater Beach, Florida. I ran a water park for 1 year in Orlando, Florida. And I also worked 3 years as a campground manager for a state park in Georgia. In 2015, I fully retired, hit the road, bought a little travel trailer, and lived in Arizona, Colorado, California. I was basically a vagabond, enjoying my life, trying to see everything I could, until I became ill in Colorado and had to return to Mobile, which is why I came back to Mobile. I had heart issues. So in the past 2.5 years or so, I've been living between River Delta Marina, Chicxulub Park, and with relatives in Florida. When I returned to Mobile most recently on approximately March 27th, I went to Chicxulub Park to get a month stay or a 3-month if they had that. When I got there, Robbie, the employee, had to call Sherry to get permission for me to stay a month. It doesn't even make sense why you would bother a manager for somebody coming in to rent a campsite. So I thought that was odd. I asked about a 90-day site and was told there were none. A few days later, I stopped to ask Jay. I stopped and talked with Jay and Carlos. Carlos is another employee. Jay is the park manager, about reserving a 90-day site. You know, how do I make reservations for a 90-day site? I'm in the process of looking for an apartment in Mobile, and I needed some time to stay, you know. So that's why I was looking for the site. The response was that they do not reserve 90-day sites. My response to that was, great, I'll take one of the many 90-day sites that are open. At which time I was told no, they're reserved, right after being told that they were not reservable. Later the next day, Carlos stopped me and told me that they had found a 90-day site for me and I was to move into 25, which as I left this morning, I'm still in my 30-day period. I'm about to leave in a few days. I left this morning, 25 is still empty. So Jay also told me that the site was available. Later, the next day, I get a message from Carlo that the site is no longer available, per Sherry. She had stopped the whole thing, even though accommodations had been found, I was set up. I didn't know why, and to this day, I still don't know why it was squashed. So when I went up to speak with Sherry, who was not on property, I spoke with Jay instead to express my discontent and question why, what happened. And I was told Sherry found that the 90-day site I'd been assigned to was called off. I could not have the 90-day site. Both of them were called into her office for a meeting, at which time she told them, quote, they don't owe me anything, and I don't expect any favorable treatment. I just was looking for a 90-day site. And the thing that really ticked me off, and the reason I came to all this trouble to be down here, was when she was asked again why I couldn't have the site. I had already found accommodations for me. Her response was, because I said so. Because I said so. That's not a good reason. Also, there's a camper in number 28 who has been there at least 5 or 6 months, and that's a 30-day site. 30 seconds? Okay. I have other complaints and issues, but I'll stick, since we don't have time. There are other issues too, that if anyone wants to contact me through my email, I'll be glad to respond to any of you. But I don't feel that my treatment was fair, and I plan on returning to Chicxulub Park, and I don't want any type of retaliation or get back being played when I'm still looking for a place to camp. That's all. And I apologize for bringing the whole thing down. The awards that you did before I got here were very nice, and I appreciate everything that you do. But I just wanted to make my comments heard, and if, like I say, if anyone wants to follow up with me, my email is on the list, and I would welcome that.
Well, since we really, did you have a comment?
I was going to make sure we had your contact information, and Ricky, I think that falls under your, whose department does that fall under?
That's Doug, but I
Okay.
think in the absence of Doug,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, Glenn, would you step in and investigate and see what what this situation is about and how we might can accommodate this gentleman if it falls within our policies to do that?
Yes, Commissioner, we'll do that.
And would you let me know, please?
Thank
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your concerns with us today. Do we have another speaker?
Yes, ma'am. We have 3 speakers on the Grand Farms West Dirt Road situation. The first is Susan Todd.
Okay. Ms. Todd? And I might mention, but before we begin discussing this topic, that that our choice has been so far to either violate the law because of that time period that's statutorily linked to the processing of applications, either violate the law or change the law. And we are in the process of working with our state legislators to try to amend the law to change that period of time to make it reasonable, because we agree that, and I think Grand Farms Road is a perfect example of the circumstances that show that the time frame, the timeline that the law provides in order to provide the information and all of the regulatory work and everything that's required is not sufficient. And we agree with that. And so we are working to try to get that amended. But right now, the process is with the state legislature, and we are looking at trying to amend House Bill 281, which is being sponsored by Representative Chip Brown, to be able to address this. So I just want to let you know that the County Commission, we are doing absolutely everything that we can to support you.
We know, we just here to put things on record. You know how that goes.
We understand.
My name is Susan Todd, and I live at 8770 Grand Farms Road West in Grand Bay, Alabama. Good morning, commissioners and county employees and staff. I would like to thank the Mobile Commissioners for allowing item number 48 to be placed on the agenda for a vote today. I would like to introduce a few ways that this road has impacted our lives, not only emotionally but financially. For me personally, I am on oxygen, and I have to meet the oxygen carrier at the end of the road to get new bottles of O2. They refuse to come down the road, being that their van is large and low to the ground. They cannot get through the holes. Recently, my mom broke her clavicle due to her having stage 4 cancer. While I was driving her out to see the doctor, every bump we hit, she tried so hard not to cry, but it was just too painful. I, for one, cannot stand the sight of my own mother crying, as she's always been the strong one. My dad had a bowel blockage and had to have home services to help rehabilitate him, and there were several times the nurse could not get down the road. They will not allow us to pick them up and bring them in, as the insurance would not cover them if something happened. Mrs. Barkley lost her husband, and the coroner refused to come and get his body that was laying on the bedroom floor. Miss Jean's grandson was cleaning his gun, went off, and because of the road, the ambulance nor fire trucks could get to him. By the time the rescue workers walked down the road and finally got to him, the ambulance, it was too late. Would have made a difference if the ambulance could go directly to his house? Maybe. We'll just don't know. If we have any medical issues, we are forced to find a way to the end of our road to the ambulance. We do not have postal services that come to our homes, and at times FedEx, UPS, and other carriers have not been able to deliver packages. One package that was important to my mom was her cancer treatment pills, and FedEx could not come down the road, so we had to meet him at the church, which is about 3 blocks from the road. Some of us P.O. boxes, as the only place to pick up our mail, is at the corner of Old Pascagoula, and that isn't a very safe area to stop and retrieve our mail. We also have only one garbage company that will come down our road. If we don't like the prices, it's just too bad. We have no other choice. We have one septic tank service choice and one wrecker service choice. We cannot shop around and get better prices, as no one will come down. The police have a hard time helping the community with thieves, drugs, complaints, and legal issues, as they consider this a private road and they do not come down. Now, back in 2010, Kevin Boucher said this was a private road with public access, which after that was stated the four-wheelers came in and tore the road up to the current situation now. All of the holes that fill with water are from the donuts that the four-wheelers created and damaged the foundation of the road. No matter how much dirt we try to put in the holes, they will not hold, as we need the road bed to be pressed hard and firmed up. We have called the police about the four-wheelers, and once again, they said it was nothing they could do. We have had several cars parked at the end of the road, blocking the only exit out, and have called to have them removed. Once again, the police said they could not help. We have drug transactions going on, and we even have a couple of stolen cars parked and left on the road. We are trying to help ourselves with what limited resources we have. We have family that donates their time and tractor to help reshape the road at the entrance coming off of Old Pass. It is now a one lane, but it is holding up to where we can come in and out. We are asking for help, not a handout. Many times we have heard, well, you should not have bought there. I believe that America was found as a progressive country, and that through advances our country has grown. With that, also our states and even our cities grow daily. We would like to be a part of the bigger picture and contribute more to our community. Right now, we are not paying our full property taxes, as the road has deemed the lowering of cost. That is money that our county is not receiving. That could go further down the road for projects.
If you wrap up
We
your
do thank
questions.
y'all for everything that y'all have done. We know that y'all are working. But I just wanted to reiterate that this road has cost lives. And one thing that I want to really state is that there was a statement made that someone believed that all of the signatures on our petition were not written by each individual person. And I'm here to tell you that every time we are asked to sign a petition, me, Angie, Connie, go to door to get those signatures. Our community wants this road. We are here to help any way we can, and we appreciate your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Very good.
Is Ms. Goodrow next?
I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. This has been a long, literally, road. I have received some information that I hope may help support the petition that we have right now. I understand it may not, but maybe it'll help in January. When I did some research on the, by the way, thank y'all for all this, I'm sorry. When I did some research on the Rufus Hall Road, it showed that he didn't own 1/49th of the dedicated road. I don't understand really how that happened, but 1/49th is not mentioned in his deed. And that's one of the petitions, one of the signatures that we were missing.
Which deed was that?
Lot 12 for Rufus Hall. I'm usually a little bit better than this, just nervous. I have a certified copy of, he bought it from a Jesse Maxwell in '85, and I believe because of the timing and the translation of the name changing of the properties and stuff, that may have been why it led to that era. But,
Well, you are welcome to share that with Mr. Ross.
and also, his name is Track, Mr. Robert Truckus with the other lot located at 8771 Grand Forks Road West. He sent a handwritten note to support that Justin has the right to sign for the property, that he's got owner finance through him. If that will help support that signature, we can at least, I mean, we're just accepting the petition. We got a long road of criteria to meet before November. I mean, I don't know if anyone really understands. This is just to accept the names to get the ball started. And then if we don't meet another set of timeline by the end of November, that's when we can be kicked from the program, or I don't really understand. I hadn't got past that part. But hopefully we can achieve this and just get the petition accepted to where we can at least start with the right-of-way and find out where the utilities need to be located, how much funding we will need, and hopefully we might could qualify for one of the community block program grants that I think it's like $250,000 to $350,000. We've never been eligible for any of those before, even though our census reports are collected and the federal government trickles down to the county using our numbers, but we've never received any of that funding. So hopefully we can help achieve that to help the county pay for this with the federal dollars rather than using just county dollars, hopefully. But I hope this information helps, and I do appreciate y'all's patience, and it's greatly appreciated.
Certainly.
Jay, these two lots that she's talking about, are these the two that are pending, that we're,
Yes, sir. Those are the two that are at issue.
do you agree with her information there that she's given?
Well, Angela and I have talked many times about some of these. I've shared the Rufus Hall issue with county engineer. We've talked about it. You know, they're curable. Unfortunately, they didn't meet the statute in terms of when it was to be delivered. And as we all keep digging, we come up with more solutions. I think you're quite poised for it in the next round.
Okay, you say they're curable. How do we cure them?
Well, I don't know if, I've heard Angela, we've talked about the estate parcel and whether there's actually ownership or it's just a right-of-way. I don't know that without talking to Mr. Kegley about that. And I've seen this because Angela has shared it with me. The other piece, Angela gave me the name of the owner on this owner financing. It's so confusing. But once the owner signs off that he commits to it, that's satisfactory.
Okay, so theoretically, we're down to one? Is that what?
Theoretically, might be down to one.
Okay, all right. It's even better.
Would the appropriate thing to do at this point, since we have legislation pending that would extend deadlines, would this be this would be retroactive, or could be
Well,
made to be
you know,
retroactive?
Commissioner Hudson and Commissioners, the statute doesn't talk about retroactivity. It speaks in terms of defined deadlines, things need to be done. And Brian has shown me what of course I know. And it wasn't, the petition for road maintenance is to be accepted by the county during the month of January.
The month of January?
That's what it says. And there are other timelines that occur in March and April, and we didn't have it in January, and therein lies the problem.
Well, how would this legislation affect the current situation?
Well, it depends what legislation gets passed, Commissioner Hudson. If it, you know, I had a lengthy conversation last night, as Angela knows, with Chip Brown, and there's a lot of things in it that are good, that make it easier. Things can be fixed. It enlarges the deadlines. And you know, even it goes back to the original legislation, Mr. Brown has paired 90% of the property owners can consent, and the other 10% don't. It still at least moves forward to the next step.
But unfortunately, even if that were to pass with a 90%, at some point, 100% have to sign the deed,
Everybody
or
has-
everything stops right
that's
there.
true.
So that's why it's important to get this done correctly, because we don't want to give you false hope with a 90%, and then we come back and we can't get 100% to sign.
Good news is we might be able to work through these few remaining issues and get everybody comfortable so that if nothing passes in the legislature this session, this petition should be able to move forward.
At least by January
Yes,
of
ma'am.
2020, everything should be
Right.
handled.
And reiterate what I've told Ms. Goodrow and Mr. Brown last night and this morning. I have given my word that I'll do everything I can do to make sure all this is clear. There'll be no questions answered when it comes up next time. But if we strictly follow the act, you know, it doesn't meet the requirements of the act. Nobody's fault, as I've stated before, just doesn't meet it. So Mr. Truckus, who I believe, title company believe, is the owner of the property on this option to buy, whatever the option to buy is. And he's dated something 4/19/19. It says he gives his right to Justin Moore, who signed it. But, you know, it's not perfect. I think we can be there next time. That's true. With a little help, it can be, right?
It's okay.
We're
This
getting
is
there.
further we've ever been.
We're really getting there,
we're
man. More she's
pebbles
ever
now.
gotten in 12
So,
years.
but I do appreciate y'all's time, and just wanted y'all to know the impact that this is causing and things like that. Like Susan said, you know, home health won't serve the people there, and we have 30-something seniors and disabled people living on that road. It's hard to believe that one road has 125 thereabout people living on that one stretch. The good thing is, maybe the other roads, that's them. Yes.
Trust me, the other roads don't qualify.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I know.
And
We've been through that
I'm
many, many,
just
many
doing
times
this
looking
one.
at it.
And I can understand why it's so long since it's
Yeah.
been.
We have one more speaker.
We have one more speaker, yes, Ms. Connie Barclay.
Okay, Ms. Barclay,
Do you want to talk?
did you have any additional comments?
Do you want to say anything? They can hear
I
you.
appreciate everything y'all have done. Even my children, some of them work for the county, and some of them work for the city, and they can't even come down to see me. I mean, my husband had passed away, you know. Then my next door neighbor, her husband was dying. They expected her to load him up in the truck and drive him to the end of the road. I seen a woman in braces walking with a walker. She has cancer. They would have to drop her off at the end of the road, and she had to walk down below where I live. And it being public access to a private dirt road, it has allowed everybody that wants to go mud riding come down through there. And you would be surprised how fast they go. They just leap off of the mud hose into the next one. And if y'all could, please, please help us any way you can. Thank you.
Thank you
Connie.
all for being here today.
That's all the speakers that have signed up.
Okay. Mr. Hodge?
Number one, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of August 27, 2018.
So moved.
Number two, approve the list of claims.
So moved.
Number three, hold a public hearing so any citizen of the county shall be given an opportunity to be heard for or against any item related to the statement of revenues.
Oh, sorry. This public hearing, this public hearing is now in session. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this matter? There being none, this public hearing is now closed.
Number four, hold a public hearing to receive citizens' comments regarding the proposed substantial amendment to the program year 2018 action plan. This information has been available to the public since March 22nd, 2009.
This public hearing is now in session. Is there anyone here today to speak for or against this matter? There being none, the public hearing is now closed.
Number five, adopt a substantial amendment to the program year 2018 action plan following the comment period and public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Number six, approve amending the 2019 capital improvement plan to add the following project and estimated costs. High Point Park improvements, District 1, $100,000.
So moved.
Second.
Number 7, authorize amending the memorandum of understanding with the City of Pritchard for park improvements at High Point Park to increase CDBG funding by $100,000 as well as CIP funding up to $100,000 for project funding of up to $615,603.
So moved.
Second.
Number 8, approve award bid for Project High Point Park improvements to Acre Construction Corporation for a total bid in the amount of $569,900.
So moved.
Second.
Number 9, approve amending 2019 capital improvement plan to add the following project. Estimated cost, coastal response center, kitchen modification, District 3, $9,500.
So moved.
Second.
Number 10, approve assignment to Watermark Design Group modification to the kitchen of the Coastal Response Center in the amount of $9,500.
So moved.
Second.
Number 11, approve amending annual appropriation contract with Southwest Alabama Workforce Development Council to provide an additional $5,000 from Mobile County Industrial Development Authority.
So moved.
Second.
Number 12, approve amending to extend contract period with the History Museum of Mobile to December 31st, 2019.
Second.
Number 13, approve the sponsorship with the 100 Black Men of Greater Mobile in the amount of $1,000 from District 1 funds for its 2019 gala event.
So moved.
Second.
Number 14, approve contract with Viger Alumni Boosters Association, Inc. in the amount of $15,000 from District 1 funds to purchase technology equipment and books for the Media Center.
So moved.
Second.
Number 15, approve sponsorship with Bishop State Community College Foundation in the amount of $1,500 from District 1 funds for its annual Legacy Gala event.
So moved.
Second.
Number 16, approve contract with the Board of School Commission in the amount of $40,000 from District 3 funds towards new stadium lights at Grand Bay Middle School.
So moved.
Second.
Number 17, approve award contract to Was Designed to provide professional architectural services for Project Gomesa 18-05 Recreation and Public Access Master Plan, and authorize proceeding to Phase 1 of Chickasaw Park Plan Development for a fee of $84,750.
So moved.
Second.
Number 18, authorize advertisement for bids for detention lock inspection, cleaning of all detention locks at numerous Mobile County facilities.
So moved.
Second.
Number 19, authorize advertisement for bids for Project Sims Senior Center addition.
So moved.
Second.
Number 20, authorize advertisement for bids for Metro Jail plumbing repairs.
So moved.
Second.
Number 21, approve request of the Sheriff's Office to add internally purchased vehicles to their fleet as follows. And Commission, there's been one change in one of the vehicles. The first vehicle, 2019 Chevy Tahoe. That VIN number should be 1GNSKCKJ8KR281495. There's been a change.
Thank you.
22, authorize amendment to
So moved.
Second.
Number 22, authorize amending the subrecipient agreement with the City of Citronelle for ADA-related improvements at Citronelle Recreation Center to increase funding by $30,000 for a total of up to $103,000.
So moved.
Second.
23, authorize amending the subrecipient agreement with the Boys and Girls Club of South Alabama, Inc. to improve pave the existing parking lot to its ADA compliance at Sonny Callahan Boys and Girls Club to increase funding by $47,000 for a total of up to $104,803.
So moved.
Second.
Number 24, adopt a resolution authorizing request of the Revenue Commissioner's Office to dispose of certain items.
So moved.
Second.
25, approve adopting the Employee Handbook Policy Manual for the Administration and the Engineering and Public Works Departments to be effective July 1st, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Number 26, approve contracting with Records Consultants, Inc. for a comprehensive appraisal of buildings owned by Mobile County Commission for insurance purposes at a cost of $12,800.
So moved.
Second.
Number 27, approve amending annual contract with Pritchard Library in the amount of $1,500 from District 1 funds for its summer reading program.
So moved.
Second.
Number 28, approve reappointment of William Silver to serve as a member of the Board of Directors of Cushla Water District for the Place 2 Calioka Water District.
So moved.
Second.
29, approve sponsorship with Hillsdale Area Community Development Corporation in the amount of $500 from District 2 funds for the Hillsdale Heights Neighborhood's 60th anniversary celebration.
So moved.
Second.
Number 30, approve rescinding Mobile County Commission investment policy dated May 22nd, 2006.
So moved.
No.
Second.
Number 31, approve the new Mobile County investment policy.
So moved.
No.
Second.
Number 32, authorize purchase of approximately 1.7 acres of real property located at 4901 Fowl River Road, Theodore, Alabama, for the sum of $95,000.
So moved.
Second.
Number 33 was voted at the conference. Number 34, approve amended professional service contract with Samantha Moss Austin, DVM, and Mary Evans, DVM, doing business as Spring Hill Animal Clinic for spade and neuter services.
So moved.
Second.
35, authorize amending procurement policies for use of state and federal grant funds.
So moved.
Second.
Number 36, approve appointment of Johnny Church to serve as the member of the Board of Directors of Solid Waste Disposal Authority of County of Mobile.
So moved.
Second.
37, approve memorandum of understanding for Earth Day food beverage sales with the following vendors.
So moved.
Second.
Number 38, approve memorandum of understanding for Earth Day non-food sales with the following vendors.
So moved.
Second.
Number 39, consider taking the following action on bids.
So moved.
Second.
Number 40, approve 36-month lease agreement with CPC Office Technology here from the current state of Alabama contract at a cost of $82 per month, $82.02 per month for the Senior Companion Program.
So moved.
Second.
41, approve purchase renewal for diagnostic software from Helm for vehicle diagnostic equipment at a total cost of $1,300 for the Public Works in the amount of $650 and reference in the amount of $650.
So moved.
Second.
42, approve a 36-month lease agreement with CPP Office Technologies to add on to a copier in Grants Department for the current state of Alabama contract at a cost of $6.94 per month.
So moved.
Second.
Number 43, approve appointment of individuals to serve as members of the Board of Directors of Cindy Harbor Center, Inc. for a 6-year term.
So moved.
Second.
Number 44 was voted at the conference. Number 45, approve MSA Work Order Number 15 relating to an Internet Access Master Services Agreement with Information Transport System, Inc. for phone drop at the License Commissioner's Office located at Michael's Shopping Center in the amount of $150.
So moved.
Second.
Number 46, accept a grant award of Safe Places to Play Field enhancement for fiscal year 2019 from the United States Soccer Federation Foundation, Inc. in the amount of $50,000 from USCO Lighting Product Services for Mobile County Soccer Complex Project.
So moved.
Second.
Number 47, accept a grant award of Safe Places to Play Field enhancement for fiscal year 2019 from the United States Soccer Federation Foundation, Inc. in the amount of $14,131 for Hunter and Irrigation Product Services for the Mobile County Soccer Complex Project.
So moved.
Second.
Number 48, recommend reject the petition of dirt road maintenance for Grants Farm Road West. The petition does not comply with all criteria established in the Dirt Road Act, number 87-663, and Act number 09-554.
Question. Should we delay this until we see going to happen with the substitute bill in the legislature. I mean, the bill potentially could make this retroactive. I don't know. Just to keep it open.
I suppose that doesn't hurt to do that. What if anything passes in the legislature
So-
that may
If that
somehow
pass-
impact?
If that passes, or we get the other signature, or signatures, either way you want to view it, whichever comes first.
Well, it still doesn't meet the criteria, but the substitute legislation would have to be made retroactive if it's extending that time period for a year. So that's not impossible to do.
No, it's not, and I'm familiar with what you're talking about, so you can leave it open.
Okay, why don't we hold it open?
I don't know that it,
Thank you, Commissioner.
Number 49, recommend authorize acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds and/or easements from the following property owners for the following projects.
So moved.
Second.
Number 50, recommend approve annual support and maintenance with Tracker Software Inc. for the Public Works software for Engineering and Public Works Department at a cost of $20,394.
So moved.
Second.
Number 51, recommend approve right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 4 in the amount of $15,000, Track 5 in the amount of $10,500 for Project Dawes Road widening, resurfacing, and striping.
So moved.
Second.
52, recommend to adopt a resolution consenting to the annexation of a portion of a certain public right-of-way known as Park Avenue by the City of Sims, Alabama, and authorize the President of the Mobile County Commission to execute and deliver a petition for annexation of the same to the City of Sims, Alabama.
So moved.
Second.
53, consider waiving Section 4.43 and 4.44 of Mobile County subdivision regulation in a preliminary plat only of Burlington Estates Phase 2.
So moved.
Second.
54, recommend adopt a resolution approving the purchase of lighting materials through the Sourceware contract for the Mobile County Soccer Complex.
So moved. Are those going to be
Second.
LEDs? I think so. All right. Good stuff.
Go ahead.
Did
Did
you-
we get
We
a,
passed it.
we had a motion
Yeah,
and a second,
we
yes.
passed it, sorry.
55, recommend approving preliminary plat only of Amelia Lake Phase 4.
So moved.
Second.
56, recommend approving preliminary plat on D's Plantation Phase 2.
So moved.
Second.
57, recommend approving preliminary and final plat, a resub of Parcel A, Perot Farms.
So moved.
Second.
58, recommend approve preliminary plat only of Sierra Estates
So
Phase 2.
57 is also Blueberry Hill, both of those.
I'm sorry.
You meant to sing it
Right.
again?
Pardon? I think he just read the first part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And 57, recommend approve a preliminary final plat of resub Parcel A, Perot Farms, and approve preliminary final plat of A partial division of Blueberry Hill, Phase 1 and 2.
So moved.
Second.
58, recommend approve preliminary plat only of Sierra Estates 2. This was previously approved by the City of Mobile Planning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
And 59, commission announcements and/or comments.
I have one announcement. Just want to congratulate Commissioner Hudson on her selection as the 2019 Yellowhammer Women of Impact Award. I think Yellowhammer is like an online
It's
news
right,
outlet,
media outlet.
media outlet. Well, congratulations to you. And Saturday, we have Earth Day at Chickasaw Park, and there's a little something for everybody. We're encouraging people to come out. We start at 11, Dina? 10, 11?
10 to,
10 to 3.
yeah.
Music, Theodore Arthur and his jazz band and the mailman's band and
Face painting, healthy cooking, demonstrations, pet adoptions, blood drive, amazing race competition.
A lot of fun. Come and bring, all those people who didn't get a chance to do an Easter egg hunt last week, come and just have a good time at Chickasaw this Saturday.
And also free rabies vaccine vouchers will be given out as well supplies last.
Yeah.
So lots of stuff. Thank you. Commissioner?
Don't forget about Doug. No, I'm good.
Okay. I have a couple of announcements. First of all, the U.S. Foundation grant that we received, immediately after that, the next day, we received notice that we had been awarded a grant from the Schmidt-Barton Family Fund, which is a private family foundation. The grant was for $10,000. And so they are associated with the Pecan Growers Association here in Mobile County. And so we are very, very grateful for that award as well. And hopefully that will keep coming, because that's what we need in order to get Phase 2 going. So anyway, we are most grateful for that. Also, we have some retirees for the month of May. And it never ceases to amaze me, the number of years of dedicated service of these employees. Freddie Weston has been with Public Works for 30 years. Edward Bexley with Building Maintenance for 35 years. Michael James with Administration for 28 years. George Oakes, Building Maintenance for 14 years, and Lester Thomas with the Sheriff's Department for 26 years. We appreciate their service to the citizens of Mobile County, and let's give them a round of applause. We certainly wish them well in their next chapter. Also, I wanted to mention that we want to keep a couple of families in our prayers. Miss Mary Atchison, many of you know Mary. She was a very dedicated member of our 2012 Mobile County Bicentennial Commission. She was a long-time educator, I think at Davidson High School in Satsuma, and Mary passed away a few days ago, and we certainly want to remember her family in prayer as they go through this very difficult time, and appreciate Mary for all that she did for the community and in all lives that she changed, and as an educator and as a civic leader in the community. And found out this morning that our own Doug Hathcock, who is our Public Services Director, that he lost his father this weekend. I don't know the details, just got the information right before the meeting, but we certainly want to keep Doug and his family in our prayers as well. And that concludes, did I?
Wait.
Oh, okay. So we have an Indigent Care Board meeting next, so with that, we will entertain a motion to
Close.
To adjourn.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, this meeting stands adjourned, and we will immediately go into Indigent Care Board meeting.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the meeting of the March 25th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, accept a report from the Mobile County Commission on the balance in the Indigent Care Fund at March 31st, 2019 meeting. Funds available, $248,132.68.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, approve the disbursement of indigent care cash receipts on April 12, 2019 for the period January 2019 through March 2019 to the following entities in the following amounts.
So moved.
Second.
And number 4, approve request for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We stand adjourned. I didn't have an agenda.